Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
How do you take your new rig from this to this and get it ready for this? Bring it to the experts at 4 Wheel Parts, where we'll transform your Bronco with the all-new line of 4WP factory accessories. Whether you want to order the best parts online, shop in store, do the work yourself, or have it built by a pro, all trails lead to the truck, Jeep, or Bronco of your dreams, because nobody knows off-road like 4 Wheel Parts. Do your Bronco right.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are here once again with your next KMC Wheels Fishgistics update of the Best in the Desert Parker 425, presented all day today by F&L Racing Fuel. It is now 11 o'clock. We are in our third hour of racing, or third hour update, actually. So cars are about 1 lap and a half done with the course, just a little bit more than a half. And we have some updates for you guys. So at the end of last update, the number 70 we found out was in pit 2. We found out that they are down with a broken flex plate. So the number 70 has a broken flex plate. Kind of a weird thing. You don't really see a lot of that that happen too much. You know, they get replaced quite often, and that was a newer one on there. So I don't know. You know, they just had a kind of a random failure there, but a broken flex plate for the concrete Harley Letner team. You know, all those guys over there, they work really hard, but it looks like they are calling it a day, maybe, because I haven't seen I saw their tracker go offline and it hasn't come back on. So I don't know if maybe they are switching it out. If they do, those guys are really fast to get the transmission out. We've seen them do one of the fastest transmission changes I've seen before. So you got to pull that out to be able to get this to the flex plate, obviously. So maybe they'll change it out. I don't know. I don't know if they have a spare flex plate with them or not. That's not something you might really carry all the time. So we will we'll see. But let's go over and look at the tracker. We got some more updates for you guys. So the one was leading at the end of the first lap, but then they broke on their second lap, had to go back to the pits. They did get going again, but they're way back. Now at pit 2 right here, some of these trackers now are not updating as well. Let me try and let's refresh this page and try it one more time and see if they're re-updated. And they are not. Okay, so you can see BJ Baldwin right here was just past mile 65. He was doing 109 miles an hour. Up here at pit 2, we had the 18 showing ahead of him. Now, thanks to Richard's Performance Muffler guys in pit 2, Sashin there, he just sent me this text. He's actually getting ready to get in this one car right here. He's sitting in pit 2. So the 18 came through pit 2 at 11:59. And the 97 came through at 12:01. So 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The 97 BJ Baldwin was 2 minutes physical behind at pit 2, which is right here, down at the bottom, right here. Looking at the start order, BJ started 2 cars behind the 18, and they started 2.5 minutes apart. That's 5 minutes. BJ had to be within 5 minutes. He's only 2 minutes back. Right now, BJ's actually winning by 3 minutes on time, on corrected time, which is what this race goes by. So BJ Baldwin is actually your race leader right now on corrected time in the number 97 at pit 2 on lap 2. So there you go. We'll try to keep everything straight for you guys. Then behind them, it was the number 20 right here, Corey Keyser in the Tisco truck. He's putting in a pretty solid run. His tracker is updating pretty well, so that's only 2 minutes ago there that he updated. He's going to be about right there. So he is currently running in a solid third position for him. Then back behind him, it's a ways back to the next truck. You can see there's nobody here. This is actually the lead one car right here, Chip Prescott. Now that's who was giving us the updates at pit 2, was the co-driver for Richard, who's about to jump in there. So unfortunately, we're not going to get any more updates from pit 2 probably, unless somebody else can take his phone and send us some split times. But they're about to get ready. He had to go put his helmet on. They're about to get ready to jump in the first place Class 1 car here. So once again, thanks guys for those splits at pit 2. Much appreciated, because with the trackers right now, we can't tell what the split was here. So big thank you to those guys for the splits, and good luck in the car. I told them just take it easy, because as you can see in a second here, the next one car is nowhere near them, but they are pretty close to the front still, so they're kind of going for the overall also today. So they want to go fast, but not too fast, because you don't want to break the car when you have a huge lead in your class. So anyways, back to Alex Wacker. He is running what would be now 4th position in the trick truck class. And then behind him, we have Josh DeJong in the 5th position. And then we have Wade Porter in the 6th position. He was actually at a stop earlier. We saw him stop, so it looks like he's going again. And then we have Dave Taylor in the, 7th? I think I lost track already. 7th position, I believe. Then here we go. We got Kyle Jurgensen. Both of the Brenthal trucks got going again at exactly the same time. So I don't know. This might be a strategy right here. The 127, I'm going to guess that it is actually. The 127 Jonathan Brenthal it's an all-wheel drive truck, but it uses a lot of the same parts as the 1, and he's literally sitting right behind the 1. I don't think the 1 is at full speed maybe, and they're just sending out the 127. This is all my guess. They're sent the 127 as a chase truck the rest of the time for the 1, because there's no chasing in Best in the Desert races. So if you break on the course, the only people that can help you is somebody else in another car. You can't get in your chase truck like you can in Baja and just drive out on the course and work on the car. And these guys are going for a championship, and they know the number 70 is most likely out of the race or farther behind than they are if they can get it fixed, who was their biggest competition for the championship last year. So it kind of goes back and forth between them. So I'm going to bet you, I would put money that the 127 sits right behind the 1 all day. And if the 1 stops, I bet you the 127 stops with them also. So smart team play if that's what those guys are doing. Those guys are pretty smart, so I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're doing. The 6100 leader is Brent Fox in the 6146, and then right with him, depending on when it updates, we have Justin Blauer. Same as last hour, they're neck and neck. I don't actually know who's in front right at this second, but let's go look over at the Best in the Desert timing. So Best in Desert has their live timing working, and if I change it to the 6100 group, here we go. All right, so check this out. This is corrected time, and this is at the end of lap 1. At the end of lap 1 on corrected time, we had the young kid, Tanner, then the Badlands Racing truck. It's a racer truck. They were leading, but look at how close this was. They were only about 30 seconds ahead of Joseph Hurling, who's actually in 2nd place on corrected time. Now it's going to refresh here. Let's see if it refreshes. Where did it go? Come back. And it went away. All right. There's some of it back. All right, some came back. Connor McMullen is running in 3rd on corrected time. Remember, this is at the end of lap 1. Justin Blauer, who we just saw, who's actually physically 1st with Brent Fox right here, they're actually running 5th and 6th on corrected time, even though they are 1st and 2nd on the course. So that's why you really have to pay attention to the corrected time today, because with these splits being longer than normal, it's going to be tough to tell by looking at the race map who's actually in what position. So they're currently on lap 2, but that's a look at the end of lap 1 right there. So you can see we had Connor McMullen, then Justin Blauer, then Brent Fox. Here, let me move this for a second. Then we had Brian in the 6110, Brandon, the 6167, 6129, Matt Laughlin back in 10th, and then it refreshed again. All right, so anyways, let's go back to the map. Well, here, let's show you the trick truck real quick. So this is kind of outdated because a lot of these cars have changed position. So looking at the trick truck right now, it's not going to matter. We're going to need to wait until lap 2. Let's see if the 6200s. Okay, all 3 of the 6200s have come through on lap 1. On corrected time, it was Nick in the 6201. He was leading. He had a real big lead. Look at that, 20 minutes over the 6258 of Charlie. And then even more of a lead over the 6266 in third. So second and third are still kind of close, 7 minutes, but the 6200 class is pretty spread out already. What is kind of fun to do is if we turn on overall all groups. Now this is the actual overall. So look at this. Tanner Courier in the 6100 truck was actually 7th overall at the end of lap 1. So he's running pretty far up there. Now the 6200 leader was 11th overall at the end of lap 1. And the 15 cars, the 1500 cars, they're kind of on cruise mode now. So Chip Prescott, that's that lead car, the Richards Performance Muffler car. They're 19th overall, but they're first in their class, and second place is way back. So like I said, these guys just got to stay smooth. The goal is to win your class, not the overall in class 1, because it's really hard to beat these TTs. And if they did win, I would have to owe some people some money, since they said a buggy will never win overall again. So just take your time, guys. Just win your class. Don't worry about that overall. Thanks. All right. So what else? I think that's pretty much everybody. Anybody you guys want to see, let me know. BJ's tracker is now not updating very well. So you can see it hasn't updated in over about 20 minutes now. So that sucks, because that's going to be one of the lead cars. The 18 was not updating well, but now it is updating good again. That just updated 1 minute ago. So if you just joined us, 18's your leader on track, but the 97 is only 2 minutes behind him. He started 5 minutes back. He's actually got a 3-minute lead on corrected time. So when we come back for our, is Sam tracking? No, I don't think Sam was tracking again. Sam Barry, I know some of you guys are looking for him in his first 6100 race. He is actually, let me just turn him on here. Where is Sam Barry? He is on, and I do not see him on the track. Sam Barry is still not tracking, so sorry about that, guys. He is still not tracking, but most of the people are tracking that are running right now. The 70, if you just joined us, we did find out that they broke a flex plate in the Kevin Thompson Harley Lettner Concrete Motorsports truck. It looks like they're out of the race, because you can see their tracker went off, and they probably would have had it changed by now if they're going to change it, but maybe not. They might still be working on it. So we'll keep an eye on them and see if they get going again. They're going to be 1 lap down right now, but they would just be going for finishing points if they can get it fixed. The 29 has been broken. They only made it on their first lap. The 6147 Scott Shields is broken on their first lap. The RJ Merritt, like we showed earlier, they are broken. They've been broken since the first lap. If we look in main pit, we can see that the 6185 Laughlin Motorsports, okay, that's their chase. I guess they entered 2. They are in the pit, stopped. The 6258 Charlie Peltzer is in the pit, stopped. And this car is from yesterday. The 6180, that's another one that says chase. That's kind of weird. They are stopped in the... so there's 2. All right, so they have, I'm not sure why their chase truck has a tracker. That's kind of weird. Maybe so that they can see where the race car is. Usually they don't have the chases show up on here, but I guess they have them on here today. So that's really where the race car is right there. So that's what's going on there. All right. So I think that kind of covers this hour's update for you guys. We have a race leader. Physical is the 18. They are at almost to pit 3 on lap 2. 97 is right behind them. And then it's going to be the 20, Corey Keyser in the Tisco trick truck. Today it's a trick truck. They are currently running in 3rd place. So anything can happen. Side note, BJ did change his truck. That is a big block in there now. He finally put a big block motor in there. He had the small block in there, so he was down about 200 to 300 horsepower on most of these other guys that are racing. So now he has big block in his truck, and so far, I mean, he's on lap 2 and he's running in first place on corrected time. So it seems like the change worked for him. And there's your lead 1 car right there. That is Chip Prescott and Richard Glassick from Richard's Performance Muffler. They are leading. Richard's about to get in the car, so you're going to see that car come to a stop right here at pit 2 in a minute. That is a scheduled change, driver change right there. Most people, if you're going to do a change here, you're just going to stop once. You can make it a lap and a half and then stop at pit 2 or pit 3 and do fuel and change, maybe tires, driver change there, and then you're good for the rest of the way. So that's what, if you see people stop there on this lap, that's a lot of planned stops are going to be in pit 2 or 3 this lap. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of these guys coming to a stop there this lap. This is not a planned pit stop. This just happened right here. Josh DeJong just went to 0 miles an hour at race mile 46. That is definitely not a planned pit. You know, I've seen a few people stop in this same section right here today. I'm going to guess that that's a pretty rocky area, and some people are getting flats in there. That is my guess, because I've seen a few cars stopped in that exact same area just for a couple minutes, and then they get going again. So that must be the area that is a little bit troubling today, is right there. All right, so that's it. Our guys in the pit are getting in the car in a second here, so they're good to go. So once again, thanks to them for the split times. I'm going to try to find somebody else with splits. If you guys know anybody at pit 2, if you can have them get us some split times on the 3rd lap, that would be awesome. Or when the lead 6100 cars come through, that would be good too. One other thing real quick, we can look at the racing track splits also. As long as their trackers are working, then we can get splits on racing tracks. So you can see that actually most of the 6100 cars that are up front and are on time are working. So these splits should be pretty good. You can see Tanner, like it said, at the start of lap 2, he had the lead on corrected time. So when they come to the halfway point, our next hour update, we should have some of these 6100 halfway on lap 2 corrected time updates for you guys. All right, so see you back here at noon, right at lunchtime, noon or Pacific. In about 45 minutes, we'll be back, and we'll be here with your next update then. So see you guys then.
It's 2022 and Bill Alexander Ford is ready to serve you with the same great service you have grown to trust. Check out the all-new 2022s arriving daily. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger, Maverick, Bronco, Explorer, Expedition, Escape, Edge, EcoSport, and Mustang. Need service without the hassle of coming in? Our mobile service will come to you. We have discounted the convenience fee to only $25 for the whole month of January. For a difference you can count on, shop your locally owned Bill Alexander Ford on East 32nd Street in Yuma.
If off-road adrenaline is what you crave, we've got exactly what you need. Introducing the all-new RZR Turbo R and revolutionary RZR Pro R. Reimagined from the ground up with the power to push you further, the confidence of next-level strength, and exceptional control for conquering the wildest terrain. The next generation of RZR is here, and it's built for those who live wide open.